Welcome to Ask Aqua Alex, live right here on Aquatic Wetline. Ask Aqua Alex Live is a tropical fish keeping question and answer show where Aqua Alex will answer your burning questions. Have tropical fish keeping questions? Need to know about a certain species of fish? Great, Aqua Alex is here to help you out. Simply post your questions in the live chat or in the comments, and you'll get your questions answered. You can also join the show live and ask your questions in person. Aqua Alex will announce how to do that during the introduction of the show. On top of answering your fish-keeping questions, Aqua Alex will be bringing his fish-keeping knowledge with him, and he will have some fun fish-keeping topics. There is also a fish keepers show-off, where we will see Aqua Alex's fish and other fish keepers' fish. All that and more. Ask Aqua Alex Live goes live right now.
Hello, tropical fish keepers! Welcome to Ask Aqua Alex Live. I'm your host, Aqua Alex CARDINALE. Welcome to the first Fish Keepers Q&A of January 2024. I have an awesome show coming your way this evening. As you can see, I'm finally broadcasting in front of my 125-gallon aquarium. For the first time in 2 months, my 125-gallon aquarium has fish in it. As you know, Thanksgiving week, my 125 had a tragedy. I lost all my fish in there from some sort of illness, but I let it sit for 2 months. I cleaned it out, and now I have all my fish in there, including my silver arowana, which you see right now. Anyway, tonight I have an action-packed show coming your way. Sorry about that. We're having some tech issues here. But anyway, tonight I have an action-packed show coming your way. I'm going to answer all of your tropical fish keeping questions. So if you have any fish keeping questions, please go ahead and post them in the comments, and I will definitely answer your questions. Now, if you would like to come on in person and ask questions, all you have to do is click this link right here. So if you want to come on in person and ask tropical fish questions, go ahead and hit that link right there, and you can ask me any tropical fish keeping questions you want. Now, on top of answering tropical fish keeping questions, I have some topics that I brought with me tonight. Tonight, I'm going to talk about my top 10 favorite catfish of all time. I'm going to talk about my top 5 favorite tank busters of all time. And I'm going to give out my 2024 aquarium hobby plans. Plus, we have Aqua Alex Reacts, the Fish Keeper Show-Off, where I'll show off my freshly stocked 125-gallon aquarium, and more. This is going to be a great show. And for the first time ever on Ask Aqua Alex Live, we're going to have some Oasis Aquatics featured fish here on the show. So let's go ahead and get started. And we're going to start with Aqua Alex Asks You. And these are questions that I am asking you, the fish keepers. Please feel free to post your answers to these questions in the comments or in the chat, and I will greatly appreciate your answers. So here are the questions that I am asking you. What are your fish keeping plans for 2024? What new fish species do you hope to keep that you've never kept before? And finally, what is a species of fish you kept before that you'll not keep again? Post your answers to these questions down in the comments or in the chat below. All right, I'll start by answering these questions. What are my fish keeping plans for 2024? That's actually a topic that I'm going to talk about on tonight's show, but I'll answer this question very briefly. A majority of my fish keeping keeping plans for 2024 have to do with the 125-gallon aquarium, also the 75-gallon aquarium, and then maybe an additional aquarium. What new fish species do I hope to keep that I've never kept before? There's a plethora of species that I haven't kept that I really want to keep this year. That includes the electric eel, that includes lungfish, that includes Serrasalmus piranha species, particularly the black rhombus piranha, that includes Parachromis stovi and other fish. And what is a species of fish I kept that I'll never have again? Probably the blood parrot cichlid, because they're a man-made fish and they're very sensitive to certain things, and because they're a hybrid, their immune systems are already weakened, and that is not good for a fish. So now go ahead and post your answers in the comments down below. All right, now I have 8 questions that were sent to me by a non-fish keeper, and these 8 questions are actually pretty good questions, and I feel they'll be beneficial to the aquarium hobby. So here are those questions. Question number 1. Can I keep tropical fish without a heater? Yes, depending on where you live. Yes and no, depending on where you live. Now, if you live in South Florida or any state that is a warmer climate, then yes, you can keep tropical fish without a heater. I am fortunate enough to live in South Florida, and it is nice year-round here, and I don't have to have a heater in my aquarium. But if you live somewhere where it's cold and you get snow and you get winter storms, then absolutely, you definitely need a heater because it keeps your water warm. Can tropical fish eat each other? Yes, absolutely. Predatory monster fish definitely have no problem eating other fish. Things like Oscars will eat guppies, red-tailed cats will eat anything that fits in their mouth. So yes, larger fish will eat smaller fish. Can tropical fish live without a filter? Yes and no, but mainly no. All your fancy tropical fish like cichlids, catfish, tetras, live bearers, goldfish, they all need filters. Really, the only fish that can survive without a filter is the betta. But really, in 2024, a filter would be a great addition to a betta aquarium. So while the betta can live without a filter, it is essential that all aquariums have a filter, even a small 5-gallon betta aquarium. Trust me, by simply having a filter on your betta aquarium, you're going to have cleaner water. Will tropical fish food hurt goldfish? No, it will not hurt goldfish. When I kept goldfish, I used to feed my Oranda goldfish some tropical fish flakes. Which tropical fish can live with goldfish? You know, there's actually a long list of species of fish that can be kept with goldfish, but ideally they're cooler water species. So some species of Corydoras can be kept with goldfish, like the Brocious species and some other types of cories. You've got coolie loaches and dojo loaches. They can do well with goldfish. And then you've got some live bearers that will do well with goldfish. Now, are tropical fish expensive to keep? Yes and no, depending on what fish you're keeping. Having a 30-gallon tank with live bearers is not expensive, but having a 300-gallon tank with datnoids, stingrays, spikers, peacock bass, and an arowana is certainly expensive. So tropical fish can definitely be expensive to keep depending on what you're keeping. Now, obviously, if you have a saltwater aquarium, then you're going to have a pretty expensive aquarium. And finally, are tropical fish tanks hard to maintain? You know, as a fish keeper since I was 12 years old, I would say that tropical fish tanks are not difficult to maintain, but it does take a little bit of work. You have to do water changes. You have to keep an eye on your water parameters. You have to keep an eye on your fish, make sure there's no illness going on in your aquarium. And you've really got to keep an eye on the compatibility of your fish, because each fish has different personalities. And one day they may decide they don't like their tank mates anymore, and they may snap on them. So thank you, Linda, for sending in 8 of those amazing questions. And hopefully one day you will become a fish keeper. All right, fish keepers, if you have any tropical fish keeping questions, please go ahead and post them down in the comments below. Now let's get to our first topic of the evening. And my first topic of the evening is my top 10 favorite catfish of all time. Now, if you've been following my YouTube channel for some time, you would know that I love catfish. Catfish are an incredible species of fish. So here are my top 10 favorite catfish of all time. Coming in at number 10 for my top 10 favorite catfish is the Irwini catfish, the Irwini catfish. This is a large sauropsid from South America. It is known as Megalodorus irwini. It can grow upwards to 2.5 feet, but it's a relatively slow grower compared to the ripsaw cat. Very beautiful cats. Some people call these the giant Raphael catfish, and they are absolutely a beautiful fish. You can't go wrong with an Irwini catfish. Up next, we have the ripsaw catfish, Oxydorus niger. This is a very beautiful catfish that comes from South America as well. It is a monster catfish. It can grow up to 3 feet and 3.5 feet sometimes. But I really admire the Niger cat. They're very docile. The Oxydorus niger is a gentle giant. They don't bother anybody, but they get big and they love to eat. The only tank mate that they may bother would be snails, because believe it or not, the Oxydorus niger catfish is known as the mother of snails catfish also. And then my next favorite catfish would be the Lima shovelnose catfish. The Lima shovelnose catfish is a very beautiful shovelnose. It stays a lot smaller than the tiger shovelnose, and it can be kept in a 75-gallon, a 90-gallon, a 125-gallon, and larger. And then we have the tiger shovelnose catfish, which is related to the Lima shovelnose. It just gets a lot bigger. However, the tiger shovelnose catfish stays a lot smaller than a red-tailed cat and other monster cats from South America. And what's cool about the tiger shovelnose catfish is, as juveniles, they go through a metamorphosis. Their coloration changes from juveniles all the way into adulthood, and I think that is incredible to see, especially for a catfish. My next favorite catfish would be the red-tailed catfish, one of the Amazon's giant predator catfish. I have a lot of love and respect for the red-tailed catfish. I find them to be a very interesting fish to keep. The red-tailed catfish loves to eat, and it will eat just about anything that can and will fit in its mouth. So it's very important to keep them with fish that are about the same size as them, or fish that are too big to fit in their mouth. And then we have the eclipse catfish, aka the sun catfish. I really enjoy sun cats. It's a shame that I lost my trio of sun cats that I had last Thanksgiving, but I definitely, again, in the future, will consider keeping sun cats. They're a very cool catfish that comes from Asia. They can reach a foot. Very cool cat. And then we have the vulture catfish. The vulture catfish is a unique catfish from South America, and they can get up to about 18 inches in length. So they're perfect for 6-foot aquariums and larger. They love to eat. The vulture catfish are ferocious feeders, and they will eat anything that hits the water. Love the vulture cat. But of course, I got to show love to my African catfish, and these two are my favorite Synodontis species. We have Synodontis decoris and Synodontis eruptus. These are two beautiful catfish species from Africa. And finally, we have another South American catfish that is a favorite of mine. It is known as the black-tipped mouse catfish, or its scientific name, which is Hacer oriestes. Very cool doritid that stays kind of small. These guys max out at around 7 inches, and they are a schooling cat, and they're great for a 125, and you can keep them with angelfish, severums, walrus, chocolate cichlids, Oscars, etc. Some very cool catfish. So, what are your top 10 favorite catfish? Let me know in the comments what your top 10 favorite catfish are. I hope my live stream is working. Someone told me that I'm going in and out. I'm buffering in and out. Sorry about that. Must be my Wi-Fi. I do apologize about that. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and answer some social media questions. Now, these are questions that I found on fish forums or Facebook fish groups, and I figured they're good enough for me to answer on today's episode of Ask Aqua Alex Live. So here are this month's edition of social media questions. And our first question is, are fish keeping YouTubers good or bad for the aquarium hobby? That is a really tough question to answer. So, for the most part, I am of the belief that fish keeping YouTubers are a benefit to the aquarium hobby. How? Well, fish keeping YouTubers share their love and their passion for tropical fish by uploading videos on YouTube about tropical fish. You've got some amazing tropical fish keepers on YouTube, like myself, like Garcia Aquatics, like the King of DIY, Waru Joey, like Aquarium Co-op, like Mass Aquariums, who is an OG tropical fish keeping YouTuber. And there's a plethora of other amazing tropical fish keeping channels out there that provide you a wealth of knowledge on the tropical fish hobby. And there's some of them that I go to for help if I want to know about a certain species that I've never kept before. So yes, in general, YouTube fish keepers are beneficial to the aquarium hobby. However, the other token of that side is very controversial. Now, there are some YouTubers out there that kind of use fish keeping as a way to earn money, and they don't really think about the treatment of fish or the ethics of fish keeping. These YouTubers are all about making money, making bucks, getting views. And that is something that I don't appreciate in the aquarium hobby. For example, you've got these YouTubers that do videos like, oh, I just rescued this fish from a sewer, when clearly that person went to a local fish store, purchased some exotic fish like knife fish, like giant gouramis and other fish. They put them in the sewer and they catch them out of the sewer claiming that they rescued these fish, when in reality, we already know that they probably went to a fish store, bought those fish, put them in a sewer, and claimed to rescue them. Then we've got people that do the same thing, but they do it with dumpsters. They buy fish from Petco or other pet stores or other fish stores, put them in a dumpster and upload a video on YouTube called Saving Fish from a Dumpster. That's not really a good video for the fish keeping hobby, is it? Because it might inspire other people to do horrific things like that. People that keep fish in too small of an aquarium and things like that. So I do get both sides of the question. I understand the people that think that some YouTube fish keepers are ruining the hobby, but also there are many fish keepers that are beneficial on YouTube. Like I said, like Waru Joey, like Aquarium, Co-op. Shoot, I forgot his name, but there's so many out there that are really good. Sorry, I had a brain fart. I just forgot his name. But like Aquarium DIY, Waru Joey. Then you've got Aquarium Co-op. That's pretty good. Mass Aquarium Stat is pretty good. And then there are some smaller channels that also have some good information on fish out there. That was a good question that I saw on social media. Here is another good question. South American cichlids with some attitude, although not to the extent of some Central Americans. What are your recommendations for South Americans that have an attitude similar to that of Central American cichlids? One cichlid comes to mind right off the bat, and that is the true parrot cichlid. The true parrot cichlid that you would find in South America would be a good bet for that fish. They're from South America. They have an attitude similar to most Central American cichlids, but they're not as aggressive. Then, of course, you have your red terrors. You have your green terrors that are pretty aggressive as well. Let's see what else I can think of. Red terrors, green terrors, true parrot cichlids. More Mesahero species. I'm not really familiar with Mesaheros, but there are more than Fiestae out there. They can be somewhat aggressive from what I understand as well. Then, of course, Oscars. Nothing can replace a classic Oscar. Oscars have that boisterous personality. They have that hungry personality, and they have that wet pet personality. And finally, the last social media question. What is the best monster fish for a 90-gallon aquarium? That's a tough question because 90-gallon aquarium is about 4 foot long, and there are plenty of monster fish out there that can live in a 90-gallon aquarium. So for me, one of my first suggestions would be an African ode pike, then maybe a red rainbow wolffish, something with teeth would look nice in there. Then you've got Oscars. Oscars would do okay. One Oscar would do okay in a 90-gallon aquarium. Jack Dempsey's would be a great fish for a 90-gallon aquarium. Let's see. Piranhas. There are a plethora of piranhas that would do well in a 90-gallon aquarium. Like a Cerasoma spillo would do fine in a 90-gallon aquarium. Let's see. What else can be kept in a 90-gallon aquarium for monster fish? Parachromis stovi, Parachromis managuense. Those are all good ideas for a 90-gallon aquarium. And those are this month's social media questions. All right. So now we're going to get to my second topic of the evening, and that is my 2024 aquarium hobby plans. We're in a new year, and that means it's time for me to explore new things in the aquarium hobby. So my first aquarium hobby plan for 2024 is to redecorate the 125-gallon aquarium. I would like to add black substrate to my 125. I would like to add some more driftwood and make my tank look very nice. And that is something that I'm definitely going to work on with the 125-gallon aquarium this year. Also, I would like to add some nice fish to my 125. I'm thinking about adding a datnoid or two. I'm thinking about adding a peacock bass species that stays small, maybe like a kelberry or a zingu peacock bass, some thin bar silver dollars. So that would be really cool. I also want to try something new with my 75-gallon aquarium. I want to keep something new and exciting that I've never kept before. So the options that I have for my 75-gallon right now are a electric eel, which are very cool. I've recently taken a liking to electric eels. I'm also thinking about maybe getting a lungfish or a piranha species or a Parachromis dovi. So I have to narrow down which is logical for me to keep and why and figure it out. But I'm hoping by my 10-year YouTube anniversary in March, I will figure out what I'm going to put in the 75, and I will have it in the 75 by my 10-year YouTube anniversary in a few months. And then, of course, I do plan on setting up another aquarium this year for either a community aquarium or a saltwater aquarium. And I would like to keep fancy plecos this year. Fancy plecos are an amazing fish. So those are my 2024 aquarium hobby plans. Wow, my studio is going really slow. Hopefully the show is working because my studio is lagging. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully the show is working. Maybe that's why people aren't watching. There's too many tech issues. I do apologize about that. So let's get to Aqua Alex Reacts. Now, I'm going to be reacting to something very unique this month. This month, my friend Brandon King, who's also on YouTube, he has a great channel. There we go, tech issues once again. That's what happens when you have live broadcasts. Sometimes you have tech issues. But anyway, as I was saying, my friend Brandon King has a YouTube channel, and he had a very good question for me because he remembered me talking about it on a video a couple of months ago or however long ago it was. I don't know why this is not working. Anyway, let's bring up the graphic and hopefully you'll be able to hear what I'm saying. All right. So here is the Aqua Alex Reacts segment. Now on this video, on this image, you can see what it's about. Brandon says, "Hey dude, what was the name of that fish store that accused you of stealing an arowana and blocked you from their Facebook page several years ago?" This is actually a very true story. It is true. It actually happened. And I talked about it a couple of times on Aquatic Wetline. As you can see, the name of the fish store was School of Fish, Inc. And as I said there, that was so crazy. The women employee was behind the counter ringing me up. If I'm going to steal a fish, it wouldn't be a common fish like an arowana, but it would be a rare one priced high because most employees think people can't afford it. That's true. That's definitely true. However, eventually the fish store owner did apologize to me, and it's water under the bridge now. But it is crazy to think that a fish store that I admired and liked for a while accused me of trying to steal an arowana. That is something that I would never, ever, ever do because I am certainly not a thief. All right, right now we're going to go ahead and take a quick intermission. So if you have any fish keeping questions, please go ahead and post them down in the comments below. If you have fish keeping questions, post them in the comments and I will certainly answer them. Now, during this intermission, you're going to hear a word from Aquatic Wetline supporters, Oasis Aquatics, and Little Egypt Aquarium Club. You're also going to learn about fish keeping for kids and my friend Catherine Jones' book, Moments the Weekend. You'll learn about the 10-year YouTube anniversary and this week's edition of Friday Live. When I come back, I'm going to get to my third topic, which is going to be my top 5 favorite tank busters or monster fish. And then I have the Fish Keeper Showoff for you. And for the first time ever here on Ask Aqua Alex Live, I'm going to feature 2 fish from Oasis Aquatics Stocklist. Don't go anywhere. Ask Aqua Alex Live. We'll be right back after this intermission.
So my name is Tom. I started fish keeping when my grandfather dug a fish tank out of the attic when I was about 5 years old.
So my name's Matt. I'm part of Oasis Aquatics. Been doing this for a long time. Started when I was about 7 years old. 22 years of doing this business.
I'm 29 years old now. I never stopped. There wasn't a day in between where I did not think about fish keeping.
I was doing a vet tech job for many years. Eventually I stopped that because this is my passion in my life.
Matt and I have known each other far too long, as many friendships should be.
And you're like, you know what? We need a fish store. There's no fish stores around here. So we had to make it easy access for everyone, to have many varieties from the little small stuff for everyone to the monster fish keeper people.
No matter what it is that you're looking to do, we can provide it for you.
Little Egypt Aquarium Club is a proud supporter of Aqua Alex CARDINALE and Aquatic Wetline. Little Egypt Aquarium Club is an aquarium club in Redbud, Illinois, but it's also an online tropical fish supplies website. On the Little Egypt Aquarium Club website, you'll find tropical fish food such as repashy and flakes. You'll also find medications and breeding supplies and even live angel fish. Everything and anything you may need for your freshwater aquarium can be found at Little Egypt Aquarium Club. Orders over $200 get free shipping. Little Egypt Aquarium Club is giving a 10% discount by using the code ALEX. Remember, save 10% by using coupon code ALEX. Little Egypt Aquarium Club, my Shopify. Come.
Do you have kids who want to get a fish tank? Do your kids want to enter the aquarium hobby? The aquarium hobby is very relaxing and rewarding, but it can be quite the undertaking for a first-time hobbyist. Luckily, there is one young man who was once in your shoes. He decided to research and learn about the aquarium hobby, and used his experiences to write and publish a book for future kids entering the aquarium hobby. Introducing Fish Keeping for Kids, written and published by Brian Conway. Everything you need to know about the aquarium hobby in one book. Fish Keeping for Kids is a guide to keeping fish and other aquatic creatures. It uses easy-to-read language and images to help the information be easily understood. While it was written especially for kids 8 years old and up, It is a good guide for people of any age. This book covers all the basics and some intermediate level topics to help someone get started and learn more about caring for fish and other aquatic animals. What do you get from Fish Keeping for Kids? Friendly. It was written by a kid for kids. Simple. Written in easy-to-understand language for kids and adults. Informative. Full of charts, graphs, and diagrams to make it easy to follow along with. Complete. All of the things someone should know when they start fish keeping. For more information and to purchase a copy of Fish Keeping for Kids, please visit www.fishkeepingforkids.com. That's fishkeepingforkids.com.
Saturday, January 27th. It's WWE Royal Rumble. Who will win the Royal Rumble matches and headline WrestleMania 40? Due to the Royal Rumble airing Saturday, January 27th, it's time for the very first Friday Live of 2024. Live this Friday, January 26, 2024, at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, I have an action-packed show coming your way. Kick off Royal Rumble weekend the right way. WWE fanboy Alex Cardinale will make his first appearance on Friday Live, as he will preview the 2024 edition of WE's Royal Rumble. Sergeant Slaughter will be making 3 appearances because he has a triple set of facts. Sergeant Slaughter will have facts on WWE Royal Rumble, with both the Royal Rumble match facts and the pay-per-view itself. Sergeant Slaughter will also have facts on January, since this will be our last episode of January. Finally, Sergeant Slaughter will have facts on a restaurant from New England well known for its ice cream. Learn about Friendly's restaurant. The Oasis Aquatics featured fish will be the orange Xingu pike cichlids. Aqua Alex's featured fish will be the L200 green phantom pleco. Chef Alex will have another diabetic-friendly recipe for you. Alex will recap the month of January and give out tips for a successful job interview. Plus, don't miss Karen's of the Week, NFL playoffs discussion, funny videos, and more. Live Friday, January 26, 2024 at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on YouTube channel The Real Alex Cardinale and Instagram Alex Cardinale 93. Do you love to read? Are you looking for the next drama fiction book to read? You should check out Moments the Weekend, written and published by Catherine Jones. Escape into a world of emotions and experiences with Catherine's latest book, Moments the Weekend. Immerse yourself in a captivating journey that explores the magic hidden within the ordinary. About the book. In Moments the Weekend, discover the power of seemingly simple moments as they unfold over a weekend. Through laughter, tears, and unexpected twists, the characters invite you to join them on a roller coaster of emotions. It's a story that will resonate with anyone who cherishes the beauty of life's fleeting moments. Why you'll love it. Engaging characters you'll connect with. A plot that keeps you hooked from start to finish. A celebration of the beauty in everyday life. Thank you for your support. As an independent author, your support means the world to Catherine. Thank you for being part of this incredible journey. Get your copy today and dive into the magic. https://tntbsmedia.com/ It all begins again. You are invited to celebrate 10 years of Alex Cardinale on YouTube. Alex Cardinale created this YouTube channel on March 6, 2014. At the very beginning, this channel was dedicated to tropical fish and aquariums. As the years progressed, this channel has incorporated WWE, cooking and baking, crime discussion, and even a Saturday talk show. Now, 10 years later, I am growing bigger and better on YouTube. I now have well over 1,000 videos, well over 16,000 subscribers, and well over 200 million views. For 10 years straight, I've put my blood, sweat, and tears into this YouTube channel. Through the good and the bad, one thing has always remained true. Alex Cardinale will always be on YouTube. No one or nothing can stop me from creating my quality content, and no one can stop all my success. From 2014 to 2024, I've persevered through the hard times and celebrated all the good times. I'm very thankful for my loyal audience. Now on March 6th and March 7th, 2024, it all begins again. It's a new beginning. Let's celebrate a decade of dominance, a decade of perseverance, a decade of the unexpected, a decade of greatness, and of course a decade of being legendary. The 10-year YouTube anniversary will be a 2-night extravaganza beginning Wednesday, March 6, 2024, and concluding at the end of the show on Thursday, March 7th, 2024. Both shows will begin promptly at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, and will air live on YouTube channel The Real Alex Cardinale. It will be a stupendous event, and you are all invited to be there. The 10-year YouTube anniversary extravaganza begins Wednesday, March 6, 2024 at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Night 1 of the 10-year YouTube anniversary has a stupendous lineup. There will be a very special, mystery surprise guest who will be revealed during the show. Loyal viewer and personal friend Jeremy Stelhern will be another guest joining the fun. Chef Alex is celebrating a decade of being on YouTube in style. Chef Alex will whip out the KitchenAid stand mixer and preheat the oven because he will be making cannoli sandwich cookies and red velvet cheesecake. Aqua Alex will also be in attendance, and he will discuss something fishy and may even get new fish and have a surprise in store for the audience. Alex will have a surprise vlog-style video at a cool location. It could be a zoo, it could be an amusement park, it could be a casino. It will be revealed during the show. Surprise appearances. Who will make an appearance this year? Detective Alex will discuss the Springfield, Massachusetts strangler Alfred Gaynor. All that and more. Live Wednesday, March 6, 2024 at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific on YouTube channel The Real Alex Cardinale. The stupendous 10-year anniversary party continues on Night 2, live Thursday, March 7, 2024, at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific on YouTube channel The Real Alex Cardinale. Another stupendous lineup in store to conclude the 10-year anniversary. Aquatic Wetline supporter and Oasis Aquatics owner Tom McGuire will be one of our special guests. What will he discuss? Will he bring a special fish-keeping gift for all the fish keepers watching? Hint, there may be an Oasis Aquatics discount. Business mentor, podcaster, and personal friend Catherine Jones will be another guest to join the party. Catherine has known Alex since 2013 and has been with him throughout this incredible journey. Aqua Alex will do an Oasis Aquatics unboxing and have some other fish surprises. Chef Alex celebrates 10 years in style once again by showing you how to make a cheap man's version of veal parmigiana using beef. Chef Alex will also show you how to make a chocolate cake with peanut butter frosting. There will be another surprise vlog at a surprise mystery location. Who will make special appearances? Will it be a legend like Mick Foley or Kurt Angle from years past? Detective Alex Cardinale will discuss a shooting that happened at a Lake Worth, Florida high school. All that and more. Live Thursday, March 7th, 2024 at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific on YouTube channel The Real Alex Cardinale. Be part of history and have fun.
All right, welcome back to Ask Aqua Alex Live. Sorry about that. During the intermission, my computer shut down and I had to restart, so I apologize about the dead air. But it appears that my Wi-Fi is back normal and hopefully we can get through the rest of the show without any technical issues. So welcome back to Ask Aqua Alex Live. If you have any fish keeping questions, questions, please feel free to post them in the comments or in the chat, and I will answer your fish keeping questions. And if you want to come on and ask me fish keeping questions or answer my questions in person, here is the link to the studio. So if you want to come on in person and chat fish in person, click on the link in the studio. So until we get some questions, we're going to continue on with the show, and we're going to get to our final topic, which is my top 5 tank busters or top 5 monster fish. And then we'll do the Oasis Aquatics monthly featured fish and the Fish Keeper Showoff, where I'll show off what I'm keeping in my 125, and I'll show off some of my friend Daryl's amazing fish. So right now we're going to talk about my top 5 tank busters or my top 5 favorite monster fish. Coming in at number 5, the Pacu. I love Pacus. Pacus are a cool monster fish. They're also a very intelligent monster fish. They love their owners, they recognize their owners, and they'll beg for food, which is pretty cool. And Pacus are basically a vegetarian or a peaceful piranha. Although Pacus can be omnivorous as well. I've seen Pacus love meat. I've had Pacus love tilapia and shrimp. So I would say that Pacus are a more omnivorous fish than they are a herbivorous or a vegan piranha. I would say that the Mentinus are probably the only vegan piranhas that are out there. My next favorite tank buster or monster fish is the iridescent shark. The iridescent shark is cool because it looks like a shark. It kind of looks like a hammerhead shark a little bit, and they get shark size almost. The iridescent shark can reach about 3.5 to 4 feet. So they get really large, and you need a really large aquarium to house an iridescent shark, but they are absolutely cool. And then we have the clown knife fish. This is a really unique, unorthodox predatory fish, and they get massive as well, and they're very cool. And then we have the giant gourami, the largest gourami in the world. The giant gourami can get up to 2.5 feet, which is really cool. My personal favorite giant gourami is the red-tailed giant gourami or the albino giant gourami, but they're all very cool. And finally, my last favorite monster fish and my last favorite tank buster is the silver arowana. And that's the only tank buster that I would keep for a while because they don't grow as fast as the others, and they're fun to keep. They're fun to feed. I actually have a silver arowana right now, which you're going to see in a matter of moments, in my 125, and he is one of my absolute favorite fish. I love this silver arowana that I have. I got him when he was only about 3 or 4 inches, and now he is very, very, very close to a foot. So he put on a lot of size in the 6 months that I've had him. So in the 6 months of having my arowana, he's put on about 6 or 7 inches. He's almost a foot. So I really love silver arowanas. So my top 5 tank busters again are Pacu, iridescent sharks, clown knives, giant gouramis, and silver arowanas. Now, with these tank buster fish, you will need a massive aquarium. I probably would not keep Pacus or iridescent sharks again because they just get too big and they can really break a tank, which is why they're called tank busters. Out of the 5 species that I mentioned, the ones that I only would keep would be the silver arowana, the giant gourami, and the clown knife. Because once they get too big for me, I know someone would want them because those are monster fish that are popular, but they don't get as big as a Pacu or a iridescent shark. So those are my favorite tank busters. What are your favorite tank busters? Let me know in the comments. All right, right now we are going to do our Oasis Aquatics monthly featured fish. Every month here on Ask Aqua Alex Live, we are going to feature 2 fish species from their stock list. The fish that I'm mentioning right now are currently available for sale at oasisaquaticsnj.com, and they are currently on the stock list. Let's start with our first featured fish, and it is the NBU puffer fish, the largest freshwater puffer in the world. And it is a very cool puffer. Now, the NBU is probably the most famous species of freshwater puffer fish. It belongs to the Tetradon genus, which has a total of 6 species, including the lineatus Fahaka puffer. The Tetradon NBU can easily achieve length of approximately 30 inches, making it the largest species of freshwater puffer fish in the world. Common names for this species include giant puffer, giant Congo puffer, and Tanganyikan puffer, but it's most widely known to aquarists as the NBU puffer. They can be found in rivers and lakes, including Lake Tanganyika, across the Republic of Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo, Tanzania, Zambia, Burundi, and Cameroon. The NBU puffer typically lurks around submerged vegetation and avoids areas of open water within its natural habitats. They prey predominantly on snails, freshwater crabs, insects, and other benthic creatures. The NBU puffer is a large and intelligent species of pufferfish, so it requires a very big aquarium with a complex and enriching scape designed to keep it occupied. This pufferfish avoids open areas of water in its natural habitat because it feels too exposed, and the same is true in aquariums. So the tank must offer the pufferfish areas in which it can take cover. So if you're looking for an NBU puffer, just go to oasisaquaticsnj.com. And the last featured fish from Oasis Aquatics this month is the Nicaraguan cichlid, or the macaw cichlid, another fish that I have yet to keep. And the macaw cichlid is found in Nicaragua and Costa Rica. Males can get 10 inches and females can get 8 inches. Males get larger than females, and Oasis Aquatics monthly featured fish here on Ask Aqua Alex Live, January 2024. All right, now it's time for our main event, the final segment of Ask Aqua Alex Live, January 2024. If you have any questions, post them in the comments, and I will answer them in February on the February edition of Ask Aqua Alex Live. So, for the January 2024 Fish Keeper Show-Off, I'm going to show off images of my fish in the 125, and then I'm going to share a video of my fish in the 125, and then I'll show some of my friend Daryl's amazing fish. So, here is my silver arowana that I was talking about earlier. That is a beautiful silver arowana, but I got to tell you, silver arowanas are perhaps the most difficult fish to photograph. Here is my female Jack Dempsey that I've had for quite a while now. She is about 2 years old, I believe. Here is one of my Latino red Oscars that I got for Christmas. I've had them for a month now, and they are doing incredibly well. I bought them as albino red Oscars, but they're actually Latino red Oscars, which means they are kind of like a lutistic Oscar, but they have the black pigment color still. So they're kind of a weird looking Oscar, but I like them. They're very cool looking. And then I've got my 2 Oscars here with my silver arowana, looking very nice, very, very beautiful. And then we've got a picture of my larger Latino red Oscar that's looking nice. and then another image of my Latino red Oscar. And then these are some convicts that were given to me by a local breeder. My friend Eric gave me about 20 or 30 convicts. All of them are in the 125 behind me, and they have put on some size. When I got them, they were about a quarter of an inch to an inch, and now they are about an inch or so, about 2 inches. They're about 2 inches now. My two Oscars and my arowana again. My larger Latino red Oscar, the smaller one here, the two Oscars together, very, very cool. And my Latino red Oscar and my arowana, very, very cool. Now, here is my video that I filmed a couple hours before the show. Check it out. Here is a video of my 125 with fish in it for the first time in a few months. All right now, let's check out my friend Daryl's aquariums. He has a beautiful arowana and some beautiful red hooks. Check out these cool moray eels he has. All right, fish keepers, that concludes this month's edition of Ask Aqua Alex Live. I want to thank everyone who tuned into the show. I hope you enjoyed the show. Feel free to post any questions you have in the comments. I will answer them on next month's Q&A. And hopefully next month's show won't have any tech issues like this one did. But this was still a fun show. Thank you, fish keepers, for watching this episode of Ask Aqua Alex Live. Have a great rest of your day, and happy fish keeping, everyone. Good night.
The Real Alex Cardinale would like to thank you for watching this live stream. I hope you enjoyed the show and learned something new. Please take a moment to hit the like button. Please hit the share button and share today's video on social media, including Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and more. If you are not yet subscribed, I highly recommend subscribing to my channel. Simply hit the subscribe button and then ding the notification bell so you'll be notified when I go live next or upload a new video. Please like our Facebook page, The Real Alex Cardinale, for exclusive news and updates on live streams and exciting videos. Have a great rest of your day, and thanks for watching.